Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here. Hopefully one of your favorite official content creators for the First Descendant. Now, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to build the no Transcendent Mod version of Ines. Alright, a lot of people have asked me about this. I tried to explain it on stream that all you have to do is use the exact same build I gave you and just take off the Transcendent module, maybe with one or two modifications, but I think people preferred a video, so I'm going to do a video. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because it's literally the same build that I showed you before, just with no Transcendent mod and one modification at most. All right. So before we get started, as always, if you guys haven't already registered me as your favorite creator, please make sure you do so. Link is in the video description. Also, we have one more thing for you guys. We now have a collaboration with Anime Dakimakura pillows. All right, so if you guys want to get your favorite waifu pillows, you want to get an Ines pillow because these guys do custom pillows. All right, check out the link in my video description. I have a special code for 10% off your entire order. Doesn't matter whether it's custom, doesn't matter what you buy. All right, I've got 10% off. So if you guys are interested in it, all right, make sure to get one of these. Sorry, Neo, you're gonna have to go over there for a second. Okay, let's get started, shall we? Now, all links that you need are in the video description. But I'm sure that what you want is Ines, right? Okay, let me remove my cam. Okay, going through this really quickly. Reactor is the exact same reactor I showed you before. Electric singular. Make sure you have skill cooldown, skill critical hit damage, and you're good to go. Tactical rifle mounting is probably the best because you're going to use Secret Garden as both your speed stick and stat stick. Why Secret Garden? If you guys recall, the unique ability of Secret Garden is that when you use a tech-based skill, and Ines's 2 skills, even if you don't use a Transcendent mod, are tech-based, okay, you can trigger pest control at a 50% chance, and this will increase your skill power, which is pretty useful. Now, for your external components, you can go with a 2-set Plague and a 2-set Enlightened Mage. This is one of the standard ways of doing it. This gives her a whole bunch of defense and hit points, but there is an alternative. If you would like to, you can also run a full hunter set. Okay, now what does the full hunter set do? The full hunter set is used if you want to take advantage of the force set effect, where if your current MP is 50% or below, you will gain an Arche shield that will give you 30% MP recovery. At the same time, it also boosts your MP recovery in combat and MP recovery out of combat, while also giving you some extra skill cooldowns. Your hit points will take a bit of a hit when you do this, but some people prefer a full hunter set. I would say go with your gut feeling, choose whichever one is right for you. All right, but you can play around and experiment around with whatever you feel benefits you. This one basically ensures that you have unlimited MP. I will demonstrate this in combat, but yeah, you can use this if you like, okay? In terms of the stats for your external components, for your auxiliary power, max HP is necessary. For your hunter sensor, max MP recovery in combat. For your memory, you want defense, MP recovery modifier. For your processor, max shield, and you can either have shield recovery modifier or equipment drop rate. It's up to you. The core roles, as you always know, is max HP defense, max HP defense, max HP defense, max HP defense. This never changes, all right? And that is the external components covered. Now that you understand the external components, let's talk about the weapon. The weapon, I'm actually just using the old Freyna build, the Defiler build. You can use whatever you want here. It doesn't really matter. All right. If you are really interested, you can run this old variant, which is the so-called Defiler build. Last time it had Brisk Walk. This is just for additional movement speed. If you want to get around faster, you can basically just hit an enemy and then you will move faster. This can allow you to move through areas more quickly. So feel free to use this if you like. But honestly, the mods and the roles on this weapon don't really matter. Okay, you're mostly using it as a stat stick, speed stick. So you want to have 3 sprint speed cores, farm critical hit damage, and then you can have these roles if you want. I built this Secret Garden specifically as a speed stick. The main thing, as I mentioned before, is the unique ability of pest control, which will be triggered through Ines's skills, and that is what you really want. Unfortunately, she cannot take advantage of the first ability because she doesn't have dimension-based skills. Okay, so that is what you have. The rest is whatever you need. You can have any other weapons you want. But honestly, what you will be mainly using is the Secret Garden, okay? Now, for Ines's modules, okay, this is what you're going to have in your build. Now, as I mentioned before, okay, you probably want to have this setup, especially if you're going to also use her in Void Erosion Purge. Let's go through it together. Mid-air maneuvering is going to be your sub-attack slot, okay? You will not be using a Transcendent module here. Why? Because there is no need for the Transcendent module. By not using the Transcendent module, her first skill becomes singular. Her third skill becomes singular as well. That's why the reactor is an electric singular reactor instead of the electric tech that we had previously. The options are the same, but the idea is to boost up your first skill and your third skill, which are your main damage dealers. Your second skill is a tech-based skill, so it doesn't benefit from the full power of the reactor, but you can still hit a number of targets with the skill. All right, just be aware that the MP cost is fairly significant, and that's why you can sometimes make use of the full Hunter set to ensure that your MP is always topped up. All right, so by increasing the amount of range, by the way, beyond skill expansion, although the actual range here, the max expandable range of the hit itself only goes up to 200%, more range equals more targets that you can hit with the first and second skill. However, we have swapped any additional range. Previously, if you recall, we had amplification control. Now we no longer have that because we're using potent collector so that we can make more use of the third skill, especially in the Void Erosion Purge. I'll demonstrate that a bit later. All right, and her fourth skill stays the same. All right, so these two are your tech skills. By casting the fourth skill and your second skill, you can trigger Secret Garden. However, it's not as frequent as you would have in her original build, so her power does suffer a little bit, but what you're trading it up for is the utility of the third skill, which is pretty awesome. So here are the modules you're going to need. Increase HP, all right, is your survival. No other survival in the build. Nimble Fingers, MP Conversion are your standard 2 cooldowns. You want to have Focus on Electric and Focus on Singular as well for cooldowns, and of course your basic skill powers. All right. Then you want to have Skill Concentration, Emergency Measures, and Front Lines. This increases your critical hit damage and critical hit rate by as much as possible without sacrificing any damage. Skill Expansion is to give you as much range as possible. And last but not least, you've got Potent Collector, which will restore your custom resource whenever you defeat an enemy. This is pretty useful in Void Erosion Purge and other game modes to ensure that her resources are topped up, because her third and fourth skill are not based on MP, they're based on Plasma. Plasma is her passive ability, and she gains that by using her first and second skill. The enemies that are inflicted with Conductor will give her Plasma, but I'm sure you guys already knew about this, yeah? All right, if you don't, then read about the ability, or if you need me to tell you about the ability, ask on stream. I'll happily tell you. Okay. Now you understand her modules. Let's take a look at Inversion Reinforcer. It's the same as before. We're just using the farming loadout. All right, change this in accordance with whatever you need. For example, if you're going up against, say, toxic enemies, bring electric focus rounds. Otherwise, selective neurostimulation is pretty standard, and we always have adrenaline rush. Yeah? Okay, last but not least, arcade tuning. Here's what you are going to need. Everything down the right-hand side, but you stop here because you don't have enough points to get enhanced skill power. Okay? Then you want to go up here. Now, you need to grab these for range. The only thing that you have an option to delete is this one, but it's extra skill power, so you may as well have it. Then you go all the way up here. All right, left-hand side. Why? You need the skill critical hit rate and damage in order to max this out. With all this, if you look in the lab, Ines has 95.14, which is good enough. Then you want to grab the enhanced skill cooldown, which is a necessity. If you feel that she's got enough cooldowns, by the way, you can actually take this off and swap it for skill power, but honestly, Ines thrives off the cooldowns. Then you want to go up the right-hand side, grab more skill power, and have electric cohesion up here, and you're pretty much good to go. All right, this is her mutant cell, and that's all you'll need. All right, that is the Ines build. Literally the same build that I showed you before, just that it's got one modification, different reactor, same reactor stats, but different reactor, and no Transcendent Mod. That's it. Now, I'm going to teach you one little thing about the third skill. Ines's third skill, all right, when you use it, if you don't charge it up properly, all right, she will just do this forward thrust, okay? But if you charge it up and when her hand sparks, she will do a spin and deal more damage, all right? This is a very important technique to learn because without that, okay, your damage will defer. If you wait till it's charged up properly, she'll do a spin, all right? So that was 21 million right there. I'll eliminate the Vulgus and spawn it again, just to quickly show it to you. If I charge it up all the way past the spark, she just thrusts forward 19 million. All right, do you see the difference there? There you go. So if you wait for the perfect charge, she will deal a lot more damage. Okay, remember that. Now let's get out of here. And once again, like we always do with our videos, we're not going to edit this part because there's no sense in showing you guys some hanky-panky where I've changed stuff. I'm just going to, you know, exit, go directly into the missions. I'll first show you farming in Sigma Sector, show you how fast it goes by. Then after that, I will show you the Void Erosion Purge, one of the final stage of Void Erosion Purge, so you can see how this build functions and what you're supposed to do with it. Okay. First, we'll just do a quick one. Oh, Sigma Sector. The dailies, I forgot about them. Ah, it doesn't matter. I'll sacrifice for the video. I should have done the dailies on a different character, but it doesn't matter. It's just one day. Okay.
This is HQ. Troops are
Forgive
on
the
ground.
allergies. Now, this is with the Hunter set. So your skill power is going to be less than what you normally have, but you literally don't have to worry about MP, which is why I like it. First, start up by building up your plasma. Then anytime you see an elite, just absolutely annihilate it with your third skill. That's literally how you play this build. Okay, it's no different to how you play Ines normally, but you don't spam cast your first skill. That's all. So you see enemies here, what do? Fourth skill first. Now you've got full cooldowns here, so you don't have to think too hard about it.
Begin tracking.
Go around, get what you need to. When you feel the speed boost wearing off, okay, keep your fourth skill cast so that you have the speed boost as much as possible. Okay, you can toss one there so you can move faster as well and go through the area. Alright. Thanks to the movement speed increase of your fourth skill, you'll be able to cross areas a little faster.
Descendant. The transport has dropped a wide
There you
range
go.
of shaping charge
Up
on the
top.
ground. We need it to purify the void energy. Prime the detonator with your Arche, then hit the detonation device.
Now, since there's no elites, I'm not using my third skill yet. Alright. My stacks of pest control just give me a whole bunch of extra skill power, which is awesome. Back into it.
Let's end this.
I cast my first skill and then just relax on the second skill. And that's pretty much it. Everything just dies instantaneously. Like I said, it's just slightly different from before. You just don't spam your first and second skill. Rather, you cast both along with a third or fourth, and you're pretty much good to go. Alright, if you need a bit of a booster to go through stuff faster, cast, and off you go. Take advantage of the speed with your speed stick, and you're good. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, the boss is also dead, but that's completely fine. Like I said, the Hunter set is not necessarily bad. You've got slightly less survival, slightly less power, but you never run out of MP, so you don't have to worry. Okay, so after her abilities are done, make sure when your hand sparks, you just instantly annihilate her. There you go. You can clear this boss battle really fast. See, exactly when it sparks, I hit her and she's done. Okay? So there you go.
Actual to HQ.
That is a really quick clear of the Sigma sector. You can repeat that on 400%, any of that. That's for regular farming. Let's go to the Void Erosion Purge, which I'm sure many of you guys are interested in, so show you how this works there. And we can end the video there. All right? Pretty much good to go. Once again, if I'm your favorite creator, please make sure you register me as your creator. And of course, do check out my waifu products if you guys are interested. Okay, almost clicked the wrong thing. Void Erosion Purge. Here we go. This is stage 10, as you can see. Start private operation. Nothing in the build has been changed. You know, there's no editing to alter things in between the scenes. So let me show it to you. Like I said, this build is completely valid. There's no realistic difference between this and the other build, but the gain for VEP is that you can hit through walls. So that's what a lot of people like about this. Okay, ready? Here's how it goes. Now, when you want to play Void Erosion Purge with an S, don't have resources at first, right? So just keep casting your first and second skill. Don't even worry about MP, because it's not even a concern, thanks to the Hunter set, right? Then what you can do is you can charge up at a distance and absolutely annihilate most targets, just like that with your third skill. You've got immense amounts of range on it, so you can literally just do this at a distance. And you spin around and Avada Kedavra them. Alright, this is literally all how you play the game. Anything still alive, you just relax and hide behind walls. Because this thing can go through walls, this is why a lot of people favor this playstyle, because they did not have to actually engage with the content. You could quite literally just, you know, do something like that. Alright. I know some of y'all love the Ines leg tremble, okay, for nefarious reasons. Please don't be like that. Alright, you can use my waifu products instead, and I'm sure you'll be a lot happier. But yeah, because you can just strike through walls, you can take advantage of that and just do stuff like this. Okay, keep using your third skill and you pretty much will never be in danger. Okay, just like that. Once she's ready to spin, there you go. Charge it up to the peak. Spin to win, and there you go. Everything's dead. Where something has not died, take advantage of your first and second skill and you're good to go. Hide behind terrain where appropriate, and you're good to go. Okay. If you need to, you can shoot them a little bit with your gun, but it's mostly unnecessary. Okay, this is what I do. I wait again, and then ready, aim, fire. Avada Kedavra, you're done. Okay, you can do the same here. Avada Kedavra. There we go. Harry Potter no longer has any parents. There we go. Whoa. See enemies there? Why would I engage them out in the open? I'll just hit them for 73 million from behind cover. Ha! Smart, right? Now, if you start taking damage and enemies are being mean to you, Avada Kedavra them behind the walls and you're good to go. Pick up any MP or hit points that you need and you're good to go. Alright, make effective use of cover and the insanely long range of the skill, and you will always be safe in combat. You literally have no danger to you. Alright, just sight where the enemies are, get a general idea, aim through the wall, and you're good. If it helps you, you can even talk like Lord Voldemort and be all like, Avada Kedavra! Alright, there you go. See? Avada Kedavra, you're dead. I wish Ines owned other forbidden spells, but she doesn't, so this is all she got. There you go. Occasionally one enemy might escape, but that's alright. Again, insanely long range on this, so abuse that. As long as you've got a general idea where the enemy is, your strike will reach them. So just take note. Okay, you might want to actually drop this down as well, just in case. It's just to help deal with minion spawns. Alright. And then, if you want faster clears here, you can actually debuff the enemy like that. Then just take advantage of the first and second skill to build up plasma. Alright, you can jump around, cast it, and you're good to go.
Get out of my way. Come on, out of the way.
There you go. And that's it. That's just how it goes, and you have a very safe way of clearing this. Depending on the map, it may still take about 3-4 minutes. Viessa is still faster because Viessa can just go plonk, 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 plonk. But this can be a hilarious way of going through VEP. If you've only got an S, you haven't built up Viessa, you don't want to build up Viessa, you can kind of do this with an S, and there you go. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope it was helpful to you guys. Remember, if you like my stuff, don't forget to register me as your creator. Don't forget to check out my waifu products, such as the custom waifu pillows. And last but not least, let me thank all the wrong video, wrong image. Let me thank all the amazing people that have supported me this July. All right, the gifted memberships have changed a little bit because Arcane dropped into the 10 yesterday. But all these people right here, okay, are amazing. CG Mayhem, Lawbreaker, Gabak Dan, Jody Wilkins, Sir Tommy, George Tishon, Dan Wenban, Eddie, Amelia, Leroy, Ronnie, Macy, Gypsy Warrior, Foxy Kim, Toothiest Wolf, Lewis Acosta, Baron Von Crash. Thank you guys so much for all you do. All right? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Don't do anything weird while I'm gone, okay? Catch you later, fam.